The Egyptian civilization is a twilight zone where history bends, myths breathe, and reality twists into an infinite puzzle. Under the mythical sands of Egypt lies some of history's most unsolvable mysteries that keep challenging the concepts of reason and reality till our current day. Egypt is one of the most researched ancient cultures, but for the last 2 centuries, it has been the obsession of countless historians and archaeologists. Every new discovery, whether in Luxor or Aswan, only raises more questions than answers. Despite modern science and breakthroughs like the Rosetta Stone, many secrets remain hidden. From lost tombs to unexplained artifacts, these 15 unsolved mysteries continue to baffle the world, standing as eternal riddles of the past. Number 15. Disappearance of Queen Nefertiti. The ancient Egyptians had a habit of making their greatest rulers unforgettable. Yet Queen Nefertiti, one of the most powerful women of her time, vanished without a trace. She didn't get the attention, like other queens, and that's the mystery. She ruled alongside Pharaoh Akhenaten, shaping one of the most controversial periods in Egyptian history. Yet when the dust settled, it was as if she had never existed. Her name faded, her story blurred, and her tomb, well, nowhere to be found. In 1912, a sculpted bust of her surfaced, nearly flawless in its craftsmanship, yet her remains are still missing. Some believe she was erased from history, others think she ruled under a different name, and a few dare to suggest her burial chamber is hiding in plain sight. The sands of Egypt have kept their secrets for millennia, and until they decide to give this one up, Nefertiti's fate remains just another unsolved enigma buried beneath time itself. Number 14. Destroyed Pyramid of Djedefre. Egypt's landscape is dotted with pyramids, each telling its own tale of power, ambition, and legacy, which we can't understand. But the Pyramid of Djedefre tells a story of destruction. Unlike the other pyramids in Egpit that crumbled under time's weight, this one was wiped out on purpose. So why? Well, that's the trillion-dollar mystery. Some say it was once the most magnificent pyramid ever built, possibly rivaling those of Giza. Others believe it was never completed. What's undeniable is that Djedefre, son of Khufu, chose to build away from the family estate. An odd move for a king. His pyramid at Abu Rawash now lies in ruin, its stones repurposed or shattered. Was this the work of Romans scavenging for materials? A vengeful act of defiance from his own people? Or was Djedefre erased from history for reasons we've yet to uncover? The only thing left is a pile of rubble and a whole lot of unanswered questions. Number 13. The Unknown Queen. Royal tombs rarely leave questions unanswered. Titles, hieroglyphics, and entire walls dedicated to the rulers buried within. But in 2015, archaeologists stumbled upon a burial site in Abu Sur that only deepened the enigma of Egypt's past. Inside lay a woman, untouched for 4,500 years, yet nameless in history. Her tomb describes her as both a wife and mother of a king. But which king? Her name? Lost. Some believe she was Queen Khentkaus III, the wife of Pharaoh Neferefre and mother to King Mekahur, but the evidence is thin. Could she have been a forgotten ruler in her own right? Was she a power behind the throne, erased by history's relentless tide? The discovery raises more questions than answers, proving once again that even in a civilization as well documented as Egypt, there are still ghosts lurking in the sands. Number 12. Death of King Tut. A teenage pharaoh, a golden death mask, and a tomb packed with treasures beyond dreamy imagination, King Tut's name is a legend. But behind all that gold is a mystery that refuses to be solved. He died at just 19, his reign cut short, his body riddled with signs of suffering. A fractured skull, a broken knee, and a frame weakened by disease. The question isn't just how he died, but why. Some say it was foul play, a political assassination hidden behind royal silence. Others believe he met a tragic accident and was thrown from his chariot or taken down by an infection. Modern scans have only made things murkier, revealing hasty burial work, the rushed process of mummification, and evidence that something or someone didn't want his story to be told. The more we learn, the less we seem to know. Whatever ended King Tut's life, the truth was buried with him. Number 11. Hidden Chamber at Giza. For centuries, people believed the Great Pyramid of Khufu had given up all its secrets. 3 chambers explored and analyzed, seemingly accounted for. Then, in 2017, modern technology shattered that illusion. A massive, unexplored void was detected deep within the pyramid. A chamber with no visible entrance, no sign of human activity, and no clue as to its purpose. Could it be a lost burial chamber? A hidden stash of ancient treasures? Or something more mind-bending? An architectural feature built for reasons we can't yet grasp? No one knows. And since the only way in might require damaging the pyramid itself, this mystery remains sealed behind millions of limestone blocks. The Great Pyramid was already one of the most enigmatic structures on Earth, but this discovery proved one thing. Even after 4,500 years, it still has stories left to tell. Number 10. The Great Sphinx. Just look at that thing. The pyramids have their secrets, but the Sphinx? It might just be the ultimate enigma. Carved from a single block of limestone, standing guard over Giza for millennia, its origins remain an unsolved riddle. Who built it? When? And more importantly, why? For years, scholars assumed it was a product of the Old Kingdom, built by Pharaoh Khafre. But deep erosion marks suggest a different story. Some geologists claim the Sphinx predates the pyramids by thousands of years, possibly existing as far back as 7,000 BCE, meaning it was built by a civilization lost to time. Was it a remnant of an unknown advanced society? A creation of forgotten kings? Or something even stranger? Theories range from lost Egyptian dynasties to alien architects, but the truth remains buried in the sands of time. Until more evidence emerges, the Sphinx will continue to do what it does best, silently keeping its secrets. Number 9. The mysterious land of Punt. Egypt's great expeditions brought back gold, incense, exotic animals, and strange treasures from a place they called God's Land, a place so revered yet so mysterious that even today no one knows exactly where it was. The land of Punt appears in ancient records as a rich and powerful kingdom, yet it left behind no ruins, no maps, and no written history of its own. Egyptian depictions show its people, its ships, its goods, but never its exact location. Some say it was deep in East Africa, in what is now Ethiopia or Somalia. Others believe it was an island, swallowed by time. The only real clue? A few mummified baboons are traced back to modern-day Eritrea. But why did Punt disappear? Was it destroyed, forgotten, or did it never exist in the way we imagine? For now, its whereabouts remain as lost as the civilization itself. Number 8. Labyrinth of Giza. The pyramids steal the spotlight, but what if Giza is hiding something even bigger? Ancient records speak of a sprawling underground labyrinth, a massive structure filled with thousands of chambers, covered in intricate carvings and hieroglyphs. Herodotus, the famed Greek historian, claimed to have seen it with his own eyes, a maze so vast it made the pyramids seem small in comparison. Yet, in modern times, there's no trace of it. No ruins, no entrances, nothing but old stories. But in 2008, ground-penetrating scans revealed something unusual, a colossal structure buried under Giza's sands, stretching nearly 1,000 feet across. Whatever it is, it's still untouched, still unseen, still holding whatever secrets it's been guarding for millennia. If it's the lost labyrinth, then the greatest discovery in Egyptian history is still waiting to be uncovered. Number 7. The Dendera Light. Deep inside the Temple of Hathor, carved into ancient stone, lies an image that fuels endless debates. The Dendera Light, a depiction so bizarre it looks like it doesn't belong in the ancient world at all. The engraving seems to show a giant bulb connected to what resembles a power source, eerily similar to the Crookes tube, a 19th century electrical device. But how could an image of advanced technology exist in a temple built over 2,000 years ago? Skeptics dismiss it as a misunderstood religious symbol, possibly representing a lotus flower and a serpent. Others, however, believe this is proof that the Egyptians had knowledge of electricity long before the modern era. Could they have discovered some primitive form of illumination, now lost to time? Or is this another example of humanity misinterpreting the past? Whatever the truth is, the Dendera Light continues to spark questions that refuse to dim. What do you think? What are they? Number 6. The Voynich Manuscript. No one knows who wrote it. No one knows what it says. And for over a century, the Voynich Manuscript has been an unsolvable riddle wrapped in ink and parchment. Found in the early 1900s, this medieval book is filled with cryptic symbols, strange plants that don't exist, and eerie depictions of people engaged in unknown rituals. And the most frustrating part? The language is completely unrecognizable. No known alphabet or cipher can crack its code. While not Egyptian, the manuscript shares eerie similarities with ancient hieroglyphics, an undeciphered script that defies explanation. Some believe it's an elaborate hoax, a medieval prank that outlived its creator. Others argue it holds forgotten medical or alchemical knowledge. A few even whisper about extraterrestrial origins. Theories come and go, but the truth remains locked within its pages. Like the lost texts of Egypt, the Voynich manuscript reminds us that not all secrets are meant to be uncovered. Number 5. The Lost Tomb of Cleopatra. For a queen as legendary as Cleopatra, one would think her tomb would be a well-known landmark. Instead, it remains one of history's most elusive treasures. When she and Mark Antony took their final breaths in 30 BCE, historical records claim they were buried together, entombed in a grand mausoleum near Alexandria. But if that's true, where is it? Some say it was swallowed by the sea after earthquakes and floods reshaped the Egyptian coastline. Others believe it's hidden beneath the ruins of Taposiris Magna, a temple west of Alexandria, where archaeologists have unearthed tantalizing clues: gold masks, coins bearing Cleopatra's face, and an underground tunnel leading to something yet unseen. But so far, no sarcophagus, no burial chamber, and no definitive proof. If Cleopatra's tomb is ever found, it could rewrite history, shedding light on the life and death of Egypt's most infamous queen. Until then, the search continues. Number 4. The Curse of the Pharaohs. Disturb the dead, and you may pay the price. That's the chilling legend behind the Curse of the Pharaohs, a myth that gained terrifying traction after the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922. Days after its opening, Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financer, died mysteriously. A coincidence? Maybe. But then more deaths followed. Archaeologists, relatives, even people barely involved in the dig. Suddenly, whispers of an ancient curse spread like wildfire. Some say it's a fabrication, just sensationalized media hype. Others point to scientific reasons, like deadly bacteria or mold sealed inside the tomb for centuries. Yet, the eerie details persist. Power failures, unexplained illnesses, sudden deaths. Howard Carter, the man who led the excavation, lived for years after, seemingly untouched by the curse. But the fear lingers. Whether real or not, The idea of a pharaoh's wrath remains one of the most haunting tales in Egyptology's long and mysterious history. Number 3. The mummy wrapped in a foreign book. Mummies usually tell tales of Egypt's past, but one, discovered in 1848, spoke in a language no one expected: Etruscan. The mummy, bought by a collector named Mihajlo Barich in Alexandria, seemed ordinary at first. He displayed it as decoration, unaware of the shocking secret hidden beneath the wrappings. When unwrapped, the bandages weren't just linen, they were pages from an Etruscan book, one of the rarest and most mysterious languages from ancient Italy. The text, still largely undeciphered, is believed to be part of a burial ritual, connecting the mummy to an ancient world far beyond Egypt. How did an Egyptian woman end up wrapped in a foreign script? Was she an Etruscan noble who fled Rome's expansion into Egypt? A stolen body, wrapped in whatever material was available? No one knows. What is clear, though, is that this discovery defies expectations, challenging everything we thought we knew about ancient connections. Number 2. The Lost City of Heracleion. For centuries, Heracleion was thought to be just a legend, a city whispered about in ancient texts but never seen. Then, in 2000, divers off the coast of Egypt uncovered its ruins beneath the Mediterranean, perfectly preserved in the ocean's depths. Once a bustling trade hub and a gateway to Egypt, Heracleion mysteriously disappeared over 1,200 years ago. But why? Some experts believe the city fell victim to natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, and rising sea levels slowly pulling it underwater. Others suspect something more dramatic, perhaps a sudden and catastrophic collapse. Statues, temples, and even gold artifacts lie scattered beneath the waves, hinting at a city frozen in time. Yet many of its secrets remain locked beneath the sea. Was Heracleion's fall a warning from history, or just another mystery lost to the tides? Number 1. The Lost Library of Alexandria. The Library of Alexandria is a tantalizing mystery of ancient Egypt. Imagine a place where the knowledge of the ancient world was gathered under one roof. Scrolls of mathematics, medicine, astronomy, and literature, all in one legendary library. The Library of Alexandria was that place, the intellectual heart of the ancient world, until it vanished in flames. How it was destroyed remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Some say Julius Caesar's forces accidentally set it ablaze. Others blame invading armies, religious extremists, or even bureaucratic neglect. Regardless of the cause, the loss was devastating. Thousands of irreplaceable texts vanished, taking with them insights into ancient civilizations, lost sciences, and forgotten philosophies. Had the library survived, human history might have looked completely different. Did it hold lost inventions? We may never know, but the Library of Alexandria remains a symbol of knowledge lost to time. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.